Hey, how you doing? This is Jeff here with Apex Leadership Development, Reaching Your Peak podcast. So, got a question for you. Did you ever feel like you weren't able to get where you wanted to go fast enough? You understand what I'm saying? You have a vision. You understand where you want to be, where you want to go. Maybe even you have been in a coaching situation like we've talked about in two other videos that we did talking about coaching for clarity. You have clarity now. Your coach has helped you come up with clarity. You have ownership of it. You know that I can't blame anything else in life anymore, but I now have to make the decision to move forward myself. And now that you've moved forward, you ever feel like you're not moving fast enough? One of the best illustrations that I can think of is that I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. When you are leaving Myrtle Beach or you're coming into Myrtle Beach, either about the last hour and a half or the first hour and a half from leaving Myrtle, you are on some kind of back roads and you're going and you have left turn and you're going through this small town. You have a right turn and you go through this small town. There's no highway to get to I-95 that takes straight into Myrtle Beach. And so you know that once you hit that highway, you got 6 hours of straight driving. But until you hit it, you have all of these turns to make and you don't know if you're going to the right place and somebody's cow getting loose. I've never had somebody's cow get loose, but you understand what I'm saying? There's like certain things that can block you in these small towns that you just aren't aware of. There are obstacles that you just can't find and you just can't place. What coaching does in that situation, we're talking today about coaching for acceleration. And so acceleration gets you to that place where you can step the pedal on it and go, well, let's just say the speed limit's 75 and we're going to do the speed limit. Wink, wink. But you understand what I'm saying. So you know that you get to the highway, you can accelerate and you can go, but you have all of these turns and things that you have to get through. What I want to talk to you about today is coaching for acceleration. Acceleration is about more than just speed. It's about fueling your journey with the right guidance. So notice it's fueling the journey and it's the right guidance. So if we could, you heard that story about Facebook that one of their mottos early on was move fast and break things. And that worked for them because they had to constantly keep product, iteration happening. But for us, I don't know that we want to move fast and break things. For us, I think we just want to move fast. We want to accelerate at a pace. Number one, that's sustainable. Number two, that's very clearly going in the right direction, because you could end up going really fast in the wrong direction. What we want to do is, after we've identified the direction that we're going on, we want to add some acceleration to that and just really help you get momentum. That's one of the goals of coaching. Why does acceleration matter? We live in a very fast-paced world, right? A company that I used to work for, and I've heard this in other companies as well, but they say speed is life. When it comes to some kind of a product or it comes to an idea, sometimes it's not the first person to have the idea. Sometimes it's not the best idea. Sometimes it's the fastest idea to market that wins. Living in an extremely fast-paced world where everything changes, I would say on a daily basis, but I feel like it changes on an hourly basis a lot of times. Acceleration matters because we want to get there before anybody else gets there. We want to enact our ideas. We want our things to be there. Now look, if you're offering something quality, if you're offering a quality service, or you're even in your personal life, it does you no good to get to the wrong place early. Let's make sure again that we're heading in the right direction. That's where we go back to a couple weeks ago when we talked about coaching for clarity. Acceleration means that in this fast-paced environment that we're doing the things that we need to do, not only to keep up, but to stay ahead of the curve. So that's why acceleration matters. A coach's insights and accountability are going to dramatically shorten your learning curve. I want to say that again. A coach's insights and accountability will dramatically shorten our learning curve. A coach is going to have some insights. A coach is going to have some direction. They're going to see things from a 1,000-foot view that maybe you're not seeing, and they're removed from it. They don't have the mental block of having an understanding of how everything works. They're just going to ask you the clarifying questions that are going to allow you to see the things that are going to move you along faster, instead of getting trapped into maybe like a doom loop of just one fine point after another fine point, but can look past some of those. They're going to get you on the highway quicker. In the process of moving from point A to point B more quickly and effectively than you would on your own, it's going to save you wasted time. It's going to streamline steps for you. And if you've already got some momentum, it's going to help you maintain some of that momentum. In personal growth, we want to have faster progress. I'm not talking about microwaving things either. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about just being able to move at a faster pace because somebody else has some insights that you don't have. Faster progress on our habits, faster progress on our mindsets, faster progress in developing skills. A coach is going to be able to give you some insight into some of those things that are going to help you move at a faster pace. You'll have, in professional growth, you're going to have swifter career transitions. They may help you understand that you're in a career that maybe it's not the right career for you, maybe even help you find that right career, help you scale your business, help you in your leadership development. There's so many ways that the guided acceleration of a coach is going to help you out, that it's really being able to leverage that coach's experience. That coach has coached other business leaders. They've coached other people into life situations. They've even been coached themselves. They're going to help you avoid pitfalls. They're going to help you see some strategic insights, and they're going to help you focus on actionable strategies. I think that this is probably the key, is that that coach is going to help you find actionable strategies and help you prioritize your goals so that you know what you should be focusing on, what you should be working on, help you see clearly those goals. When you understand the goals that you should be working on, you can hit the accelerator on them. The other thing a coach is going to be able to do, there's going to be small incremental wins along the way, and you're not going to see those incremental wins. I know that when I sit down in a coaching session, I get asked questions and they dive deep, and my coach dives deep with me. And next thing you know, we're celebrating something that I hadn't even thought about, something that I had even kind of forgotten about. But it's a small win. Then you add small win on top of small win on top of small win. Next thing you know, you have some momentum going and you have some excitement. Those incremental wins, while they feel like they're small, are going to help put you in a place of acceleration. The other thing that you're going to get, you'll have the ability for real-time adjustments. You're going to have targeted feedback. You have a session and you map out a plan. You talk about the goals that you want and the activities that you feel like you should be involved in. And then you're going to come back together, circle back around with each other, and then start talking about what happened with this, what happened with that. And they're going to help you, if it was good, bad, or otherwise, they're going to help you autopsy that and come up with the ideas and the understanding of what worked, what didn't work. I like to use right, wrong, missing, and confusing. That was always one of our approaches to analyzing some of our business things. What was right? What was wrong? What was missing? What was confusing? Clarify those things. You're taking something that you already did and you're making it better. When you do that, that pushes the accelerator for you. Those are going to be personalized solutions. That's going to be for you. It's not just a coach in a box situation. It's us having a conversation one-on-one about the challenges that you're currently facing. And because of that, you're going to be able to walk and move confidently into those things. It's also going to give you a mindset shift. I think there are so many roadblocks that we have. We just have to reframe some of the negativity that goes on. We have to reframe some of the stuff that we've believed in our mind that no longer is true, or that never was true, but we've believed it to be true. The other thing with those accountability check-ins, again, you're going to sustain momentum because we're going to make sure that you're not losing focus, that you're continuing to push and to drive in the area that you need. And of course, that coach is going to give you some encouragement and some support. So what are some things that are going to help you build acceleration? Okay, so Jeff, if you're coaching me, how would you help me build acceleration? I'm going to help you set goals that are very clear, that there's definitely some data driven to it, that at the end of the day, we can look at that and say, yes, we hit that goal, or no, we did not hit that goal. What do we need to do now? Why didn't we hit it? What adjustments do we need to make? They're going to help us balance our ambition with our potential for growth. Listen, I might have the desire to be, in the NFL, but that's not happening. I'm entirely too old. I'm not big enough. I'm not strong enough. See what I'm saying? So if I came into a coaching session and told my coach that's what I wanted to do, they better hope that I want to be in the NFL selling tickets for one of the teams in the box office, because that's about the only way I'm getting into the NFL. They're going to help you create a map. This is where I am, and this is where I want to go. Now help me get there. Of course, we want to do that in the most effective and most efficient efficient way possible. And that coach is going to help you see that way and see that map to get there. And then we're going to celebrate again. We're going to celebrate every milestone that we have. If we hit the smallest goal, we're going to celebrate that. We're going to get together, we're going to reflect, and we're going to adjust, and we're going to make the necessary changes. Because we're making the necessary changes, that allows us to accelerate and allows us to move faster. Acceleration doesn't mean that we're not going to have roadblocks. It doesn't mean that we're not going to have to go through those small towns. It's going to mean we know and understand the best way to get through those small towns. And you know that the GPS wants you to take a left, but you know by going straight it's going to go much better. When you first go past making that left, what's the GPS do? It starts to recalculate. It starts to recalculate the route and tell you the right way to go. And so that's exactly what's going to happen with your coach. They're going to help keep you in the right mindset because they know that you're heading in the right direction, even though it might not feel like it, and even though everything is starting to recalibrate. One of my first retail management jobs, I had a very young associate. I interviewed her. During the interview, she spoke really well. She had all of the things that we were looking for as an associate. The references, they confirmed what I thought. She'd even worked with the public before. I was really excited, put her through our training program, one-on-one training. There's some video training. It's a very thorough and extensive training. And then her first 2 shifts actually working on the sales floor, she stood by the door to the back room, and whenever people came in, she ran to the back room. She didn't want to help people. This was really bothering to me because one of the things that we counted on, we trained our salespeople to sell. And we did have products that were very specific, and there's some technical knowledge that you needed to have on those products. But what ended up happening is I had to have that conversation with her, one of those hard conversations about what's happening here. This is what I'm seeing, what's actually happening. You know the framework for having a good conversation. We talked about that a couple months ago. I had the conversation with her about what was actually happening. It turns out that she wasn't confident or comfortable with an understanding of the product. She was afraid she was going to make the wrong product recommendation to somebody. She didn't want to talk to people. What we did was, knowing that, we now found an area that we had to develop her. So we had to shore up the product knowledge part of her sales process. One of the ways that we did that, we found out that she was really good at operating the cash register. She was more than a cashier. She was actually a salesperson. What we did was when she would cashier somebody, I would have her print off a duplicate copy of the receipt. And if I helped that customer or whoever helped that customer would go over with her why we made the suggestions that we made, talking about the specific products that we recommended to them and why we recommended those products. After doing that for a couple weeks, she started to get really confident with the product. She started talking to people about the product at the register. She started talking to people out on the sales floor. Next thing you know, she's one of our top salespeople. By the time she left our sales organization, she was somebody that we used for peer coaching. She was coaching some of the other associates on how to sell our product. And her first couple shifts on the floor, she didn't want to talk to anybody. The coaching that we gave her and finding a process to teach her and to coach her allowed her to accelerate in her career. What we gave her was the expertise, structured feedback, and strategies that save time to maximize the impact on her career. Remember, acceleration isn't just about moving faster. It's about moving effectively and sustainably. It's about fueling our journey and heading in the right direction. That's what a coach is going to bring to you. A coach is going to give you those type of accelerating moments. I want to give you an opportunity to accelerate, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life. There's opportunities for you to accelerate out there. So anyway, this is Jeff with Reaching Your Peak Podcast, Apex Leadership Development. Have a great day, y'all.